another bang. All the Mars and cars now, with your bag it up. Light up my card with a sweet one, please. Someone flicks me a bag it up. So, it's another one, it's another one, yeah. It's a full strand, yeah. Oh, it's another one, it's another one, yeah.
Apparently we're live, DJ. The intro did not.
Good evening, guys, and welcome to Crossroads in Boxing. You're joined with myself, CJ Spate, my main man, Eric, ARF, the man, the myth, the legend. We've got a really good show for you tonight. Your mic's off, Ez. Oh, we're back on.
CJ, it's fresh. I don't know what's happened. It's fully like on my end. I can't see nothing. It's really,
well, I'll lead the way for now. You're on and you're looking fantastic. Sorry, guys. A few technical.
We're on now.
We're on. Technical issues, guys. But what would it be if a homemade podcast didn't have technical issues?
Yeah, let's start again. Right. Erase this bit. I'm gonna edit this. Trey, we need to edit this bit. Look, 1 minute and 30 seconds to edit.
It's another bang. All the Mars and cars now, with your bag it up. Light up my card with a sweet one, please. Someone flicks me a bag it up. So, it's another one. It's another one, yeah. It's a full strand, yeah. Oh, it's another one. It's another one, yeah.
Good evening, guys, and welcome to Crossroads in Boxing by IBH North, the best podcasting team in the world. You're joined by myself, CJSP8, my main man, Eric ARF. The podcast's so good, we have to start it twice. All right, guys, so keep that in.
Yeah.
We're ready to go tonight. It's a special show.
You know what I mean? We didn't want you to miss it. Good show tonight. We've got a couple of guests tonight with us. Ricky isn't here. He's got work commitments this evening, but we have got a couple of guests in to replace him. But before we start the show, as usual, we'll go to the Rock promo.
We're back. How are we doing, man? You okay?
We're back. I'm good, bro. I'm looking forward to this one. So we've got a couple of guests for now, Ricky, tonight to join me and CJ. I think Parker Wardley, is a big one. What everyone wants to predict, and I'd like to know what other people's opinions is, not just mine and CJ's. Anybody who's watching in the chat, please put your opinions in the chat. Let us know who you think is going to win. Our first guest, we'll bring them on. We've got a couple of guests so far, so we'll bring them on one by one. Our first guest is Dan Thomas, who CJ knows well, and I'll let CJ do the introductions.
Yeah, this is Dan, everybody. He tunes in every week regardless anyway, so I'm sure some of you have either spoke to him in the comments or seen his name pop up. Dan's been involved in boxing a long time. He loves his boxing. He loves everything to do with it, speaking about it, talking about it, actually competing. He's jumping up. He's taking a leap of faith to try to talk about it. He's a bit nervous, guys. So, Dan, the floor is all yours, man.
No, thanks, guys. I appreciate, obviously, the opportunity to join it. Like CJ said, I've joined, most weeks with the podcast for quite a while now, and love getting involved. And it's an honor to be involved, in the live with you guys tonight. It'd be brilliant.
Good to have you, man. Thank you for coming.
Yeah, it is like you said. Trust me, I was nervous as hell starting this. You should see the early episodes before CJ started, bro. I was bricking it, but you're more than welcome on. We do want more people to come on, and not just guests in boxing. We want people who's actually watching us to converse with us and come on and give their opinion as well. So, yeah, Dan, you're more than welcome on anytime, to be honest with you.
No,
I want this to be a conversation. I want it to be a conversation between mates, really. That's the main thing about it. And secondly, we've got manager, promoter, matchmaker. I don't know what this guy does. A marathon runner,
Olympic athlete. Yeah, the job lot.
I don't know what he doesn't do, but we've got Jack Gladman
what
in the
I'm slightly
building.
concerned about is that I've somehow got a promoter's license without realising.
Well, you know what, Jack? I'm thinking ahead right now. I'm thinking ahead.
The conversation has come up, I'll be honest.
Of course it has.
How are we doing, Jack?
It's more me that's saying no than them saying no. So I don't mind spending other people's money. I don't want to spend my own.
Yeah, I bet. I'm the same. So, Jack, how are you doing? You did a marathon last weekend.
Yeah, I did a marathon last
that?
Sunday. I did a Yorkshire marathon last Sunday.
How are you feeling? Are you still sore from it, buddy?
No, this is the first day that I've felt okay. My legs are tired, but not sore now.
Jack, I'm on 3 floors in this house. I get sore just coming upstairs to the podcast room, mate. So I envy you that for doing a marathon.
I mean, stairs
I'd be blowing out my ass, mate.
For the early part of this week. Honestly.
Oh, God.
Shall we jump straight into... Man, despair. Hello, Mum.
Jump straight into it. Jump straight into it, CJ. You carry on, because you're heading this because you watched the full card. So
the Liddard Conway show, guys. It was a great show. I really enjoyed it, start to finish. It's not often I can actually say that, being truthfully. There were some great fights on there. Where does anyone want to start? I'll tell you what, we'll start. We'll start in the bottom. We'll just pick and dip in. The Ryan Watson fight. Dan, what was your thoughts?
I'm in two minds with that fight. It was a great performance by Ryan. A really good performance. She won every round. Why Watson came out in the 4th round and continued to go on, knowing that she was being beaten every round. She had a bust-up eye, couldn't open her eye. I don't know, because after 4 rounds, obviously it goes to points, doesn't it? So I'm mixed feelings about that fight. Like I said, Ryan was phenomenal. She boxed well every round, completely outboxed Watson in my eyes. But like I said, the confusion for me was why Watson came out for the 4th round.
What do you think on that, Jack? Go ahead, mate. I was going to come to you, mate.
Yeah. So because she got to the end of the 3rd round, it classes as the 4th round starting, so she would have got scored for the 4th round as a 10-10 anyway.
Right.
So
okay.
It would have
fair
gone
enough.
to the cards because she got to the end of the 3rd round. Yeah. So there was. So basically, she came out because, I mean, I'm still not sure what she thought was going to happen, but she came out basically knowing she had to get a stoppage, because once it gets to the end of the 3rd, they score the round. Because weirdly, the minute between rounds means that they've gone into the next round. I don't know why it's like that, but it always has been.
I would have pulled her out myself, truthfully.
Yeah.
I spoke about this.
So would I. But there must have been a logic to it. Personally, if it's my fighter, I'm pulling them, and I'll say this now. I don't advertise it, but I have worked corners, and I have pulled people out. Like, I've stopped fights with the towel and stuff. And I wouldn't have left her in, my personal
When did
opinion,
it happen? Was it round 2?
It happened in the end of round 2 or beginning of round 3. I can't remember. Yeah.
And it was bad. It was really bad. I mean, I haven't seen one like that.
The doctors had a look in the middle of round 3, and I thought that he was going to stop it there and then. And I was surprised he let it go on.
Yeah.
I'm going to nip off that next one, and I'm going to jump to Ez here because I'm going to do a controversial one here. TMA Ayton, Wes, have you seen any of the highlights?
No, I've not caught any. I've been so busy. Honestly, I've caught the main event and...
Go on, Ez, finish off.
Yeah, go on, Jack. I literally caught the main event, and I've seen a couple of highlights. I've not really. So I'm just letting you boys do this, and I'll jump in when needs be.
Go on then, Jack. What's your thoughts?
She's probably my favourite prospect in the UK at the moment. Genuinely.
Okay.
And do you know what annoys me? I was told about her when she was 17, and someone was like, "Oh, you should have a conversation with this girl. You should have a conversation." And so to me, in my head, I'm like, "Why did I not bother? Why did I not bother?" But I mean, she must have had a million approaches, so I probably wouldn't have got her anyway. But it does always feel a little bit like there's two that feel like the ones that got away, and one's her and one's John Joe Carrigan. And I'm like, both of them, I'm like, probably should have had that cat.
I'm going to jump in, Jack, because I imagine Dan Thomas is going to be similar to you on this. So I'm going to quickly say, I'm not impressed. I'm not impressed with the performance. The potential's there, obviously, and I know her amateur background, okay? So I'm not here to slate her in that sense. But for the way she's hyped up, and I know that's not her fault, I thought she was fairly sluggish in there at times. She doesn't look like she can throw a straight right hand.
That girl she beat, though, is a former European champion.
I can give you that, but that girl didn't want to be there. So I'll also say that. But I felt like she was just too cocksure for that moment and for that kind of performance.
Sorry, not European, WBA Continental. Obviously, she's Argentinian. But yeah, you know what I mean.
Of course I do, yeah. Of course I do. Yeah. I want to see. I know they'll have to treat us slowly with it. I understand how it works, but I need to see a lot more before I jump on that hype train. Ez knows what I'm like with the hypes. I like to stick away from them. I was not impressed. Dan, what did you think?
The one time CJ hyped someone, it didn't go well, sir.
He retired. He retired.
Who did he hype?
Delicious. I was all over Delicious,
mate. That's one that I dodged the bullet.
I thought Delicious had it all there, Jack.
No. Similar to you, CJ.
Fairness, I wanted to sign him, so I can't say anything.
Sorry, go on, Dan.
I'm similar to you, actually, mate. I think it was obviously there's a lot of hype behind Tia at the moment, but I think the punching skill was very scrappy. It wasn't. Yeah. It wasn't, in my eyes, it wasn't boxing. It was very swinging punches, trying to land that big shot. When the only thing I will say is through the rounds, as the rounds went on from that first knockdown in round 2, she did go through the gears quite quickly when she obviously stopped in round 4. But it was scrappy. It was very scrappy in my eyes.
I felt the same, mate. So I'm glad someone's stuck up for me tonight. Usually, Ez gangs up on me a little bit, so we'll get Dan on a bit more.
Oh
no, listen.
I'll agree with you to the extent that of the 3 fights, that was the weakest, definitely.
Yeah, that's all I'm going for.
I'm still on the hype train. However, I agree with you. That was the weakest performance of the 3. 100%.
We'll jump on to Jimmy Sains. Jimmy Sains really is impressing me. And while I'm on them, actually, Tony Sims' stable is on fire. I mean, whatever he's teaching and breeding into them lads. Yo.
Tony Sims' gym, we're not doing that.
You're not getting on it?
Tony Sims' gym has history. That's all I can say.
Listen, mate. You can't deny what's happening there at the minute. No, yeah? I mean, the fighters that are coming out of
there. No comment, because I know where you're going with that whole Tony
I didn't say anything. I'm just saying there's history. So, the whole thing on Tony Sims' gym, let's see how the landscape plays out. Let's see. But, yeah, you're right. Jimmy Sains looks immense. Go on, carry on.
Jimmy Sains looks strong. I mean, listen, he's still relatively just starting off his career, obviously. I think that was his 11th fight, something like that. And he's stepping up every time. Troy Coleman wasn't there to be beaten. Troy Coleman put his heart into that. Big respect to him for standing up to the test, really, as long as he could. I think it was a 4th round stoppage. But yeah, the talent that's being produced at the minute. Do you know what it made me think, actually? It made me think I'd love to see, I can't wait to see Johnny Fisher now that Johnny Fisher's gone and started training there. I think there'll be some massive improvements. Okay, he's desperate to say something.
No, there needs to be. Johnny Fisher's always he was always just a raw sort of. He had brute strength. He's a big guy. He could punch. He always needed somebody. He needed a proper coach and a proper trainer to teach him the fundamentals, because that raw power and aggression will only get you so far, and it showed it. He's not English. He's not an English level fighter. He's just reached his English level. At British level, I feel he's going to fail every time unless he improves. Tony Sims, yeah, it is. I don't think Johnny Fisher beats anyone at British level. Who would he beat at British level?
I agree.
I don't think.
I think Johnny Fisher.
Adelaide. Here we go.
No?
Go on. Say it. Go on. No, go on.
He knows it.
Who does he beat?
I think Johnny Fisher beats TKV.
No,
It depends who you're classing as British level.
Go on, Jack.
I'm talking. Go on, Jack. Who do you think, from what you class as British level,
Right,
who would you give it?
I mean, I don't think there's anyone. No, I agree with you from what I class as British level. It just depends how far down you're going as British level. From what I class as British level, Fisher doesn't beat any of them at the moment. I'm not saying he couldn't get it, but he doesn't at the moment. No.
Yeah, exactly that. When I say British level, I'm talking about guys that could win a British title, the genuine contenders.
So for me, that's what Fraser Clark, Adelaide.
Yep.
I know Adelaide's been British champion, but you know what I mean.
TKV, Sullivan Dakers.
Yeah, Sol's definitely up there.
Fury is that or above that?
Hughie Fury's a strange one. I would put him in there, but he's fought above that level.
But I suppose Adelaide.
Only the one star.
Yeah, I suppose Adelaide's only done it the once, and Fury arguably beat Parker, whereas Adelaide got nowhere near beating anybody at that level.
Yeah.
I suppose that's the argument.
So
Fisher doesn't beat any of them.
You don't think Fisher has any chance of any of them, Dan?
No.
I mean, he has a puncher's chance, but that's it.
Yeah.
And I don't even think he has that if we're saying Hughie Fury's British level, because I don't think he has that against Fury, because Fury would just box away from him all night.
Yeah, what I will say about that is, you look at him versus Fisher versus Dave Allen. Who does Dave Allen definitely beat out of those British level fighters? I think Dave can win those fights, but who would you say?
The only one I would say definitely beats is TKV.
Yeah, apart from that, who is, you know what I mean? So does Fisher beat
Adelaide's
TKV?
50-50.
Yeah. I say that's the weakest one out of it.
I 100% with you there, Ez. He's got his puncher's chance as Dave Allen does, but I don't think you'd put your money on him back in any of them names on there.
Yeah, see, I actually think TKV is the weakest out of all of them, because I think Allen would beat TKV, and I still don't. I've never had.
I don't think Fisher beats TKV. I don't
think Fisher beats TKV. So, and he couldn't beat Allen. So that means he probably can't beat any of them. Just out of interest, who does everyone think is the best out of that lot?
I tell you what, Ez, you go first, then we'll go to Dan.
So, I don't know. It's a close one, because I don't know.
You can take Fury out of it, because we've just said he's boxed above that level, so it's not really.
Yeah.
A minute.
The thing is, I couldn't clearly pick who's. Dan, go on. Do you think there's a?
Out of all of them, I would be swayed towards Adelaide.
Yeah, so would I.
I could see that.
The thing is, I can see it, but also I'm looking at Adelaide's last two performances. Not just the last. That's two, and even the TKV performance wasn't a good performance. The circumstances he got the knockout, but the performance.
By the way, the reason I say that I say him is as opposed to anybody else is Dacres. The reason I'm never going to be convinced of Dacres, because I still think
a lot of people
Michael Webster. So the first time.
Yeah,
So
Dacres still has
if
a
you
lot
lose
to
it to
prove.
Michael
He does.
Webster, there's not really.
He does.
Yeah.
Dacres did impress me in his last performance, though. His last performance, he impressed me. I think that was on the Eubank Ben undercard. He boxed
That's
well.
the best he's boxed, though.
That was going to be my
definitely.
say as well, guys. Other than Adelaide, obviously the defeat. Sol Dacres, if he continues with that improvement, I think Sol has the potential to go further than that list.
But by the way, I'm going to say this because I don't live that far from him. I wasn't digging out Webster there, but that was his first fight at heavyweight, and he nearly beat Dacres. When I'm saying if you're losing to Webster, if you were losing to Webster then when he wasn't a fully fledged heavyweight, and then all right, he didn't get the decision, Webster, but everyone knows he probably beat him then. And that's why I was never convinced. But Dacres now has improved a lot. He's gone away and he's really rethought that.
Yeah.
Is that Michael Webster?
Who's
got the Huey Fury fight?
Yeah,
I have thoughts on that.
If you look at it, out of those guys, who had the best performance in the last? Dacres is probably the only one who had a good performance in that, because what was Fraser Clark's last night? What did Clark? Did he knock out?
He knocked out a kid in 2 rounds.
Who was it? I can't remember.
It was a kid that Daniel Dubois took 4 rounds.
Oh, it was
African
I forgot
kid.
his name now. Yeah. Was it Tete?
Ebenezer Tete.
Yeah, was it Tete?
Yeah. And
Ebenezer
I think Dubois took him 4 rounds and Fraser took him out in 2, but he is 4 years older. So,
what was you going to say, Dan?
Do any of you think that any of these that we're talking about, do you think any of them would beat Mercadov? That Dave Allen beat? Because the reason I'm asking this is I personally would rate Dave Allen in there with this mix.
Yeah, so would I.
I would.
Maybe
the
Clark.
Clark, I believe Clark could beat him.
And maybe Dacres if he improves.
I think,
actually, I would say Adelaide does beat him.
Adelaide, I was just about to say that, Jack.
Yeah,
I think Adelaide beats him. I think Adelaide beats him.
And Clark probably does, but I don't know.
Dacres, I don't know if Dacres beats him. I don't know whether Dacres gets overwhelmed. In his last performance, he did well. He got his second win. He managed to get his second win and did really well. But he's gassed out. There's still that question there. You've done it once. I want to see it again, because if his gas tank is shot, he's just going to get hit by Makhmudov, and he hits hard. So, and
quick one, guys. Massive shout out to Trey. Trey, who's just tuned in, said full house. There's no podcast without you, Trey. So thank you, man. Big love.
Yeah, we appreciate the platform.
Right, guys, we need to jump on. We need to move on.
Yeah.
Liddard, Conway. Dan, do you want to kick us off?
Classmate. Liddard all the way through. I've followed Liddard for a couple of years now. I think he went through the gears. The only thing, obviously, is Conway's a lot more experienced, had a lot more fights, been ranked higher, over the years. Did he break his hand in round 8, round 9? Did that cause him to not be able to keep his hand up? Did it stop him from throwing punches? I think it was clear in round 9, round 10 that it did stop him. And that's why the towel was thrown in. He couldn't keep his guard up. But if it had continued, Liddard had done it on points easily. He went through the gears well, boxed well. The only thing, obviously, I've got written down here, Conway's obviously ranked 13 and 14th in the world with the WBA and WBC. Where does that put Liddard at this stage in his career? Are we too early?
And Conway was also 13 with the WBO.
Yes.
Because I know that because I got the number 15 put into the WBO, so I know where I had to check the rankings when I put it in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Does that put George in the top, top 15? Is it too early to be talking about that? I think he's stepping up every time, isn't he? He's got some rounds under his belt here. You know, and he's proved that he was still fresh in round 9, round 10. So, you know, the world's his oyster, really, I think.
Yeah, I mean, I know where I...
I think I picked Lillard to stop him late. I thought it would be a good fight. I thought it would be one of those fights that's in the pocket. Sorry if you can hear a child screaming in the background for my thing. I felt like it was going to be an action-packed fight. That Liddard would get to Conway late and stop him. I felt like the fight should have been stopped round 8. You could see he went to the corner. He told his corner he couldn't. I think he said he couldn't throw. He couldn't do something, and I think
he couldn't bend his wrist, was what he was saying.
He sort of went to the corner and like cowered away in the corner, and I was like, the referee sort of stopped Lillard from throwing, and just carried and brought the plan. I was like, well, he's clearly showing discomfort, and he's clearly showing he doesn't actually want to be in there anymore. You are now forcing this guy to fight and take punishment when he can't defend himself. And as a fighter, he's going to stay in there. He doesn't want to quit. He's going to try and see the final bell. And his corner at the end saying, I think his corner saying, we're not getting stopped. I think that was bad corner work as well. I think that was round 8 or 9.
Yeah,
8 or 9. He was saying, "Oh, we're not getting stopped." So I'm like, "Bro, why are you saying what's it? You can see your fighter isn't in. One, he's not in the fight, and 2, he can't get into the fight because he's only got one hand against a guy who's every round is building and getting stronger and stronger as the rounds went on. So I thought it was bad corner work on Conway's team. But Liddard, very polished performance, really good, showed maturity in there. When he hurt Conway, he took his time. He was picking his shots. I think it's a good performance. Level-wise, it's hard to say how quick to push these guys because when you don't see a chink in the armor, I don't think you should go looking for it against lower opposition, where you say, "Oh, well, I need to see if his chin is all right." You are going then to take a fight you're not going to be fully mentally prepared for because you're like, "Oh, I'm just going past. I'm going to get past him easy. This is the next level." I think right now the boxers at the highest level now, especially down in America, they're all in their 20s, early 20s. We need to start putting our guys in there and stop waiting till the 30, 32 to start fighting abroad. I think we should put them in there young because they're sparring these guys now. There's not that divide of America and UK. The UK guys are training in America. They're going to America. They're sparring all these kids, so they know what they're like. So I think you don't want to hold them back too much, especially when they're not showing vulnerabilities and they're just showing that they keep moving on. And listen, it might get to a level where you think, "Oh, it's too much for him," but you can always start again when you're young. You can always rebuild. Everything isn't about being unbeaten. You can always rebuild, but to hold yourself back until you're making sure you're definitely at that level, I just think we need these young fighters to step up and just keep fighting and prove that you're great because the Americans are doing it. All their champions are young. They're getting youngest champion after youngest champion after youngest champion. We need to start doing it.
I mean, I just said I petitioned someone to go into the top 15 of the WBO the other day. I actually think him and Patrick McCullough, who I positioned to get in, McCullough's based in South Africa from the Congo. So if he's got South African residence, he'd be eligible for the Commonwealth title. He's been in with tough Americans and beaten them. He would be the perfect fight for Liddard. If Matchroom wanted to do that, it'd be the perfect fight to do because he's world ranked. He's probably eligible for the Commonwealth title. Even if he isn't, you could probably get like a continental WBO continental on it because they're both ranked in there. The kid's, I think he's 16-2 or something. McCullough. He's the number 1 or number 2 fighter in Africa. Like, honestly, he's got a lot of knockouts, so you've got to be on your toes.
Jack, Eddie's got a show in Africa in December.
Yeah, I know, he's doing a show in Africa in December. this is my point.
Yeah.
Like, do the fight. It makes sense.
Yeah.
And it would because he's got such a lot of knockouts on his record. Liddard would have to be switched on. It's somebody that you can't just walk in and take the shot because you don't know if those records are genuine, knockouts are genuine, or if it's just the level of opposition. But considering he stopped people like Americans and things like that, they probably are genuine. Will Matchroom do that? I don't know.
Thought so, mate.
Should they?
They don't like taking risks.
Well, should they though? Probably.
They should do, mate. Of course
Well,
they
it
should.
makes
Yeah,
sense.
of course they should.
Especially if they're
I would-
doing that show in Africa.
I just wanted to touch on there what Ez jumped on about the corner work. First of all, credit to both fighters.
Yeah.
Kieran Conway is an absolute gentleman of the sport, tough as they come. Someone for kids to look up at, definitely. I mean, he lives the life, he is the life, he speaks well, his heart and soul is boxing. He couldn't have done any more in there. But speaking from first-hand experience, I know, Jackie, you've got your coaching licenses to be in the corner and everything like that, so you can back me with this. But your job as the cornerman, right? Your job as the cornerman is to stick up for your fighter, stand up for your fighter, be the braver man in the room, because no fighter is going to willingly pull out and want to pull out. It's very, very rare, okay? They always want to go out in the shield. They never want to admit the defeat. They never want to know how bad the cuts are, the bruises. They don't want to know if they're 10 rounds down. To hear that corner in between rounds say, you do not get stopped and you fight on, when he said, I can't make a fist, I thought it was disgusting. And I really did. It pissed me off. It upset me. Because if Conway had gone out that next round and got sparked out unconscious, okay, in a bad way, God rest that never happened, but in a bad way, that corner should have been pulled for that then, because it's awful to hear things like that.
That's 2 weekends in a row.
100%.
That's 2 weekends in a row where you've heard.
It's not on, mate. It's not on at all.
Do you know what? I wasn't in the corner for it because I never go in the corner with fighters I manage, really, unless they ask. But I was sat behind the corner for one of my fighters when they were fighting one day, and we were down, and his trainer actually said to him, show me something in the first 30 seconds, even if you're not getting hurt, I'm stopping this if you don't show me something, and we basically gave him 30 seconds of that round. And funny enough, he did actually show something, but if he hadn't showed us, he would have stopped it because he was taking punishment he didn't need to. Conway took punishment he didn't need to.
100%.
Conway's got nothing to prove, right? Because sometimes people do it as like I'm going to go out on my shield so Matchroom have me back. Matchroom would have Conway back anyway. He's already that level of fighter. I'm not even sure. He might actually be signed to them. I don't even know.
He is signed to. I think he is signed to them. Yeah.
So
I think he is because they're both
fighting for your contract.
Yeah.
I don't really understand the logic to it. Like,
no, it wasn't nice to hear. It was upsetting to hear, and like Dan said, held responsible. And even though Kieran, I mean, I'm imagining from this he's got a broke wrist and they reckon his shoulder would come out. I don't know. Even from here, they should have to take some responsibility for that being heard. I know in the corner, look, there's heated emotions. I've told them they're being shite. I've told them to book their ideas up and whatever. But to actually hear someone give you doubt wholeheartedly and say like, he knows I'm hurting, I can't make a fist. To then hear him basically say, get your ass in there and carry on. It wasn't good. It makes a mockery of boxing, that.
I felt like as well, Conway was hoping the referee would do it because he knew his corner wasn't going to. That's why he was sort of doing the actions and the reactions he was doing. It wasn't like a natural one. He was clearly signing like, I'm hurt. Stop. I can't do nothing. And
especially in round 10.
Yeah. His corner failed him. Eventually, they had to throw in the towel. Because it was visible, even on commentary, and I'm not a massive fan of commentary anyway, but even on commentary, they were saying, like, what is happening? This should have been pulled. It's a little bit of a sour taste when you hear stuff like that from corners. Last week, we heard about, hit him on the back of the head from the corner, and it's like, I know emotions. I know you're trying to win a
I
fight,
mean-
but you've got to remember that though you are there to protect your fighter, right? But you're also not there to put unwanted damage to another fighter. You're supposed to. It's a fair sport. Don't be going and telling them to hurt a fighter unfairly. You might as well just say, yeah, just low blow him.
In
Yeah.
the,
Just low blow him. Like what? Why
Just
are
stick
you
nuts
doing
on him.
that? It's crazy.
in
It's
the
mad to me.
second fight that Tia Ayton had, the corner sent the girl out, and you could see the corner shaking her head to say no. And like the girl was shaking her head saying, no, I don't want to go back
Yeah.
out. When
Yeah.
she went out for the second round, she was, and Liddy is like a European title challenger. She's been French champion, and she's shaking her head going, I don't want to be here. And your corner's sending you out. I don't understand that. I've heard from my fighters that I manage. Like I've been, because I always tend to sit directly behind the corner, and I sometimes hear the trainers going off at them and going, "Do you actually want to be here? If things aren't going to plan, like, do you actually want to be here? Because if you don't want to be here, I'll pull you." Like, and you always hear the affirmative, they want to be there. If you've got from that Conway corner, it was obvious that he was in pain. I think it was he'd broken his wrist, because just the way he was holding his hand, that made it me think that when he's parried a shot, he's broken a wrist. And I just I don't know. I don't want to slag off corners too much, because obviously I know it's a hard job. CJ knows it's a hard job, but I just don't understand the logic.
Yeah.
No, I agree with you. I don't get it. I don't like to hear it. I do like to hear the corner work, because
I'm interested when I hear it.
When there's a lot of the times, I will say a lot of the times you do hear some good corner work, and I do like that feature that there is a camera and a mic in the corner to listen, because it's kind of, because you know what, I'm guessing you guys are the same. When you're watching fights, you're like saying, he needs to do this, he needs to do that, why is he doing this? And when you hear it from a corner and the corner's telling him what you think that he should be doing, it's nice to hear. But moving on to the Parker versus Wardley. There's not many fights we can really break down on this one, because
just quickly, one quick thing, if that's all right. I know you didn't, Eric. CJ, did you watch the prelims on this card that we we're just talking about?
On the Conway card?
Yeah. What did you think of Emmanuel Butterbeek? I thought that was fight of the night. I thought it was fantastic. Fight of the night.
He's going to be something very, very, very special. Very special. Yeah,
definitely.
He just grew. He got a cut as well. Did he get a cut, mate? Did he get a cut in his hairline or something like that as well? Yeah.
Second round.
There was a bit. Yeah. There was something in it to show him a bit of panic. You know, he had to think about it. He's had to come back and say, "Is the cut bad?" Things like that. He's only a young lad. It's all experience he's going to gain. It's all stuff he's going to get in the locker. But yeah, no. To be fair, mate, I forgot all about that. So I'm glad you brought it up. He was fucking awesome. He's going to be a real talent.
I thought that was fight of the night. To be honest, out of all of the fights on the card, I thought that was fight of the night. I really enjoyed that fight. And even Skembury's obviously got a decent record. Obviously been doing it a lot longer, and he was, trying for 12 rounds. It went the full distance. Cracking fight.
Yeah,
fight, that one.
That's Skembury earned his money. He was Maltese, wasn't he? Was he a Malta fighter?
Yeah,
he did fantastic, mate. Yeah, he wants to be really proud of himself for that performance.
I forgot how good he was until you mentioned it, and I was like, oh yeah, okay. This is because that was the first time I've gone, okay, so you're in with someone actually real, and you can do that. Okay.
Yeah.
It was good to see that. Very good. Go on, sorry mate, take us away, bud.
No. Listen, if there's any fights, I missed most of the cards. So if there's any other fights you want to touch on, be my guest. Go for it. It's your platform.
No, we'll jump on, man. We'll jump on to Wardley.
Yeah, jump on.
Yeah. So jump on to Wardley, Parker versus Wardley. Right, we'll just go.
I want to know if there's actually an undercard left, because I've turned down 2 fights on this flipping card. For different fighters.
Actually, Jack, thanks for that, because you just reminded me of what I was about to say. This card is arse. I'll say that. This card
I don't actually know what it is.
dreadful. I don't. You know what? You know why I'm mad at this card even more?
The main event's good, and all the rest of it isn't.
No, because Frank Warren had the nerve to call Dave Allen versus Makhmedov the Donkey Show or whatever it was.
The Donkey Derby. Yeah.
Yeah, the Donkey Derby or whatever it is. When that card was a damn good card and a good night of boxing, and you come back with the week after with this BS or whatever this is. I'm disappointed because both Parker and Wardley deserve a better undercard than that. They definitely deserve a better undercard.
There is one card on fight on the undercard that I am really looking forward to, though.
Was that Ezra Taylor?
No, actually, although that's not terrible. I'm not sure on the opponent for Ezra Taylor. No, it got added quite late. It is Mitchell Smith and Arnie Dawson. I've worked with both of them as a matchmaker. Genuinely, that fight might steal the show. It's for the WBO European.
18-1. Yep.
Arnie boxed a lad who I worked with and had on a sort of one fight kind of rolling managerial thing, and we went into that fight going, Ali is going to beat this kid, and we're gonna win the Commonwealth youth title. We're gonna do this. We're gonna do that. And Arnie just took him out. And I was like, ooh, okay. And so Mitchell Smith's going to have to be on it for 10 rounds. Arnie's only got to be on it for 10 seconds. And he's trained by Martin Bowers. So that should tell you all you need to know.
Right. Now, Jack, you've put this fight on the map now, so we'll be keeping an eye on it. Let's see. This
is when it's going to be an absolute snooze.
Now you've highlighted it. That's it now. Yeah. Everything is judged upon how this fight goes.
Yeah, listen, Jack, if you're all like me, Ez is going to bullet shit at you if it turns out to be a shite fight. He'll be ringing you, giving you shit. Be texting you, giving you shit.
Oh, I know.
This is what this is about. This is what it's about. You stand on what you say. So listen, we get judged a lot.
Anyone would think I manage either of them. I don't.
Yeah, to be fair, you sold them very well there.
Yeah, I don't manage either of them. It's quite the funny thing. But I just rate like Mitchell, so it's like.
I was speaking to Dan. I was speaking to Dan before the show went on. And Danny's got it right of Quartermain versus, is it Barney Royston Smith?
Yeah.
Dan thinks that's going to steal the show. Take it away, mate.
Fight of the night for me. I think with that fight, you've got another George Liddard and Conway situation. Danny Quartermain is obviously ranked, and Barney's stepping up. And I think it's going to be a great step up for him. I think Royston is a really, really good boxer. I'm a big fan of southpaw boxers. You know that, CJ. You know, I love southpaw boxers. And I think it's going to be another really good fight, that one. And I think that one will steal the night, to be honest. You know, I think that's a really good matchup, that one. And yeah, like I said, it's another Conway Liddard situation that with.
We've got guest wars now. We've got guest wars now. we've now got this fight for Dan and that fight for Jack. Next week, both of you. Next week you can come back. Next week you both can come back.
Both fights end with head clashes in the first round, isn't it?
Yeah. And I'll tell you now, mate, if that happens, just get ready to turn your phone off because Ez is on you. He's on you, mate. He's like, whatever that result is, he's coming for you.
Guaranteed he's got my number as well.
I'm out watching that fight as well. I'm out on Saturday, a couple of my friends' birthdays, so I'm out in Donny, so I'll be watching it with people, which I hate doing. I hate watching boxing with people. It infuriates me, especially in a public setting, in a pub where you have everyone's a professional fighter. It's so frustrating. So yeah,
you think it's annoying for you, right? If I watch, and not so much my mate that comes with me to all the fights, but if I watch it with random people, or like my dad or something, if I watch it with random people always assume that I'm going to not be able to predict every fight. was like, if I could do that, I'd make so much money. Because like, I was like, every time I predict something and it doesn't happen and it goes the other way, everyone's like, you're not that good at your job, are you? I was like, right, I'm not literally a bookie. Like, what is...
Yeah, you're not giving me any of your winnings either. So go away. But yeah, those two fights, I do like Barney Royce and I think I do like him. I'm like you, Dan. I like Southpaws. I think they're very slick. I enjoy watching them fight. It's just a totally different dimension how they fight.
You can tell you don't manage fighters. You like Southpaws. DJ will back me up from the trainer's perspective there as well.
Yeah, man. Wouldn't you tell your fighter that you got a southpaw coming in? It's just like colour drain.
I genuinely had someone knock back a fight today because the opponent was a southpaw.
Is that why you wanted me to go orthodox, CJ?
Do us a favour, Dad. Turn around for me.
When I went to gym to meet CJ, we went up pads. I went southpaw. CJ went, "Are you southpaw?" I was like, I can do both. I didn't realise it was because you were scared of the southpaw stand, Siege.
I'll tell you the truth.
I just don't want to. I don't want to manage against them.
I've been better since training down in Doncaster at Steffi's with Jason. Obviously, there's a lot of southpaws in that gym, so I'm more confident now. Yeah, I've picked up a lot of tricks of the trade up there.
I can stay southpaw on Tuesday then. When
you can come back now, mate. Yeah, come back to me.
Yeah, I forget Steffi's gym that has got like half the flipping gym is southpaws.
Just breeds them, mate. As soon as I opened door into the gym, I was like, hey, "Fuck me."
It's Doncaster. They're all born with 12 toes and all left-handed. That's what it is.
So, should we jump on that main event then, lads?
Main event, yeah, because my Chinese is absolutely buried in a hole in my stomach. Right, I need it.
Yeah, and I want to do something before the end tonight. So,
what we're saying?
I'll do it after the main event thing.
Yeah,
right, Dan, you take us off.
Right, so probably unpopular with this one, but I'm not overly happy with this fight, to be honest. I as you know, CJ, I'm a really, really big Parker fan. I've followed Parker for many, many years, and this for me is there's levels to the game. There's levels to the game. I'm not saying Fabio Wardley isn't worthy of fighting at the bigger stage, but at this stage, it's not for me. The only thing I'm concerned for Parker is this dangerous, because we all know what Wardley brings. He's got that punch power. He's had 19 fights, 18 knockouts. Is it dangerous? Should he have just sat back and waited for Usyk? Or does he, get rid of that ring rust? Because obviously his last fight was only 4 minutes. It's swings and roundabouts, but again, I think Parker would have been better off fighting someone else if there was a fight out there for him to have. That, like I said, there's levels to it, and I do believe that Parker will get him out of there within the first 6 rounds. That's my prediction.
It's a good shout. I like that confidence.
Yeah, Jack, go on.
I'm going to sound like I'm echoing Dan here. I think this is tailor-made for Parker, because the only person that I've seen, all right, AJ, but outside of AJ, outside of fights he's actually lost, right? The only person I've seen Parker have any trouble with was Hughie Fury, and that was because he was a boxer. Somebody who's a big punch, it's just a big puncher, is tailor-made for Parker.
Zhang. Wilder.
And to be fair, actually, there is one other person he had trouble with, that other lad from New Zealand. But again, he's a boxer. Everyone he has trouble with is a boxer. you know,
And he lost to Joe Joyce, didn't he?
I think it was very clever matchmaking from Parker's side because you picked someone who doesn't exploit your weaknesses. Is it great preparation for Usyk? Probably not, because Usyk will just box all night. But that's why I'm okay with it, because, I mean, there's still the element of danger, because obviously Wardley can punch, but everyone can punch at heavyweight.
Yeah.
I mean, let's not get this wrong. If Dave Allen landed on your chin, he could potentially put you to sleep. It's not like, doesn't mean he's a better boxer than Joseph Parker, but if he landed in the right punch at the right time and it landed, he could potentially knock someone out. Everyone at heavyweight can punch. But
he's
yeah,
got a punching chance.
It's paid for Parker.
You want to go, CJ? I'll go.
You'll play this clip back now when
Yeah.
Wardley wins the first round stoppage, won't you?
The thing is, I don't disagree with anything what Dan or Jack said, but I'm on the other side of the coin. I feel an upset, and I don't know what it is. I've just got one of them. I've just got one of those feelings that I have to, because I'm going to go with that gut feeling that I believe Parker's a better boxer. I believe Parker's levels above what Wardley's ever fought at. I believe that Parker should win this fight, but I don't think he will. I think the timing, the messing about with the Daniel Dubois not pulling out of that fight for some unknown reason. I don't care what reason they've tried to give to fight and then go on to fight Usyk. I think that was a joke. That shouldn't have happened, and he kept the belt. The fact that he then fights Martin Bakole, beats Martin Bakole, and then still not getting the Usyk shot after Usyk beats Daniel Dubois, I think is a joke. And I just think this is the one too many fights that he's going to have on this good run that he will fall at. And it's not because Joseph Parker's a bad fighter. It's because of, I just generally feel like Wardley is a guy that nobody's expecting to win this fight. And he's going to end up chinning Joseph Parker.
Are you basically saying Joseph Parker is going to get Povetkin'd? Like Dillian White did. Yeah, basically.
Yes.
Basically, yeah. Okay. I can see
honestly,
it.
I generally, I do not disagree with anything you two said about how Parker can win this fight. I just feel like the stars are aligned. I hope I'm wrong, because I think if anybody deserves a shot at the heavyweight titles, it's Joseph Parker. So I honestly hope I'm wrong on this pick. But I just think timing, everything about this feels so wrong to me. And I'm like you, Dan. Yeah. I don't like this fight, seemingly because of everything. It might just go wrong at the worst time, because you look at the run he's been on with who did he start off with? After the Joe Joyce loss, he fought that New Zealand guy. What's he called? I can't remember his name now. Someone from Australia or New Zealand. Can't remember who it was. Then he fought Wilder.
Simon Keane.
That's the one. Simon Keane. Then he fought Wilder. Then he fought Zhang. He has been on a run. I felt like
By the way, that wasn't the guy I meant earlier when I said the one that you had trouble with. It was the other New Zealand guy who Lucas Brown did in a round that Parker really struggled with.
Right. Yeah.
That's the kid I was thinking of. Which says a lot that Lucas Brown did him in a round for some weird reason. But yeah.
Well, I just think the run Parker's been on, it deserves a shot at the titles, and I feel like this is one too many, and it's not because he's not good enough. I just feel like an upset is in the air, and I feel like the promoters and the people at B are hoping for an upset.
I really hope you haven't tempted fate.
Honestly, I want Parker to win the fight. I like both guys. I have nothing against Wardley at all. I like Wardley. I like his story. I like how he's come up. But the guy deserving of a world title is Parker. And I just feel like the people at B, the people at higher ups, they do not want Parker to be anywhere near that title. I don't know what the reasons is. And I just feel like they've thrown in Wardley, who really should Wardley be in there with Parker after struggling with Justice Uni?
No.
I know he got the
Shouldn't have ever
knockout,
been.
but we all saw the performance. Realistically, Wardley would go back and fight somebody of that caliber again. Try, you know what I mean? Just shore up a few things. Jump
The
into
problem he's
this
got
level.
is because of the position Wardley's in, he has to fight someone in the top 15 anyway, because he's
I get that.
WBA mandatory.
I get that, but my thing is,
Look-
I do think Wardley will win this fight. I do. I genuinely think. I think he'll win this fight. I hope I'm wrong. I do hope I'm wrong, because the guy who's deserving of a world title shot is Parker. So
Looking
I
at that
hope I'm
other
wrong.
side of the coin, do you, Eric, or do you two, Jack and Siege, do you think that the different atmosphere will affect Parker? Because obviously his last 3 fights against Zhang, Wilder, and Bacoli have all been in Riyadh. This is going to be at the O2. It's going to be fans screaming, shouting, singing. Do you know what I mean? A completely different atmosphere to Riyadh. Do you think that's going to have any impact on Parker?
No,
I can't see it.
I've seen it, done it.
Yeah,
Parker's been there. He's an adopted. He's an adopted Brit, really, isn't he, Parker? Parker's adopted by us now. British fans love him.
I don't think there's any fans that will be booing him to the amount of that they want Wardley to win this fight. I think a lot of boxing fans actually feel for Parker and want Parker to win this fight because they feel like he's being hard done by, to be quite honest with you. So I don't think it will. I think Parker will have a lot more fans in there than people think. We've got a comment here before we go on to usage. I think Parker is just too good at the moment. Parker is used to the two and won't be an issue. Yeah, I agree. I don't think it'll be an issue. Thanks for the comment, Robin.
And I like both fighters. Just as I said, we've had this conversation through the week. It feels like it's Parker's time. I feel like Parker causes Usyk a lot of problems. I do feel like he's getting avoided because of that. I hope. Look at it this way: if Wardley loses, he hasn't lost, has he? He will come again. He's young enough. He's taken a massive step up to fight Parker. If he gets beat in whatever fashion, he's going to just drop down them rankings again. He's going to have another few fights, and he will build up there. Wardley's a good fighter. I love his story. I love that he's gone against the system, and he didn't have his amateur background. He's done it white collar. Unfortunately, I am feeling a bit like Eric. I am feeling like it's just the clock's ticking, and they're all making it out to be Wardley. And listen, he has got the power. He has got the power 100% to cause Parker an upset. I just hope he isn't going to be that way, because Joseph deserves this, and I really do think he's the only man at the minute in our top heavyweights that can challenge Usyk.
But do you think that Wardley has come on that far in 5-6 months since his last fight against Honey, where he was losing the fight, he was losing every single round up until that 9th round knockout? Has he come that far to be fighting at this level? No,
he hasn't come that far. But I will say, and Eric will agree with me on this. He's taken a fight. Of course, he's going to take this fight. I mean, the money, the atmosphere. He's taking on the number one contender. He'd be stupid to not take this fight. It isn't Fabio's fault, but he doesn't deserve it, and that's not because of his performances. He's not the right guy for this job, unfortunately.
If you listen to Frank Warren's interview, Parker picked Wardley, not the other way around.
Yes,
right.
I heard that today in the press conference.
Fight, which goes to show, by the way, and this is me going to pat David Higgins on the back, and Spencer Brown, to be fair, because they co-manage him. Pat them on the back. This goes to show what I was saying earlier: perfect matchmaking.
What I will say to that is, I have one name to say to you when it comes to that. When you pick a guy, you don't go chasing the bear. Andy Ruiz. When you pick somebody that you think is tailor-made for you, that might just be where you come up unstuck. CJ's internet. Yeah, he lives in Selby, so his internet's mad.
Okay, that explains a lot. But you know, that is true. I mean, I still thought Andy Ruiz at the time was a strange decision, considering how close he
Wardley's a
ran
strange
Parker.
decision. The fact that Parker picked Wardley is a strange decision because
Also true.
it's just
You
a
know,
fact.
you know what the
that
funny thing is? The man that everyone told Parker to pick and the man everyone told AJ to pick was the exact same person this time and that time, because Trevor Bryan was ranked with both. And
yeah.
and Don King told Eddie Hearn to pick Trevor Bryan, and I'm pretty sure Don King would have told David Hickins to pick Trevor Bryan, and no one picked Trevor Bryan. So
Oh God!
I don't know what that
Is that
says about Trevor Bryan, really, but
the curse of Trevor Bryan.
I think I would have preferred to have seen Andy Ruiz in against Parker, to be honest.
we've already seen that once.
Oh, I don't know, because I thought the first fight, I thought Andy Ruiz won, I thought that
Parker
the
nicked
first,
it, but I get why people do think that, yeah.
I thought Andy Ruiz, and I felt Parker got it because it was at home.
You know what?
I feel like if that was in America and it went the same way, I feel like Andy Ruiz gets the nod. I'm not mad at Parker for that, by the way, because it was a good fight, but I just felt like, and plus they was pushing Parker. Parker and AJ were on the same sort of. Parker was over there. When you heard AJ's name, you always heard, oh, there's that guy Parker. There's Parker. You heard that name, and they were really pushing him compared to the Andy Ruiz. So
I'll be honest, the fight I would have liked to have seen, and I know he's fighting Webster now. And by the way, it sounds like I'm digging Webster out this whole flipping podcast. I'm not.
Webster's going to come after you,
Fury rematch with Parker instead of this, personally, because Fury gave him so much nightmares last time. Let's see how much you really have developed.
Levels.
Yeah.
Or has Fury gone backwards? That's the other question.
Yeah.
That's the issue.
I think Fury's gone backwards.
Will they fight each other now? Because I remember at one point they were brothers and they would never fight each other. Parker had fought Huey, which was a strange one.
That was because he was supposed to fight David Hay as his mandatory, and Hay pulled out. So then he had to go down the list. And number 2, I believe, was at the time I want to say David Price, and he didn't want it. So then he was like number 3 was Huey Fury. How we got 3 Brits in the top 3 places, Christ only knows.
Robin, Jack's saying that Parker picked him, so that's what we're going with.
That was announced on the press conference today.
Okay. So CJ's trying to get back in, but we're gonna lock it off there anyway.
I was gonna say something, wasn't I?
Oh yeah, Jack. Yes, Jack.
Couple of things. One, obviously, I signed someone this week. If anyone saw that,
I did see it.
Someone.
Yes.
Yeah. Former Ishmael Davis opponent, Ewan McKenzie. So he'll be back out February time in the Northeast, hopefully. As long as he sorts out because he's still undergoing his annual medical, but he should be back out in February time. And the other thing is, I told you all that Robbie Connor would beat Leon Willis. I absolutely told all of you that we would beat Leon Willis. And we went there, in the away corner, and I know it says 39-38. Not really sure where they gave him the other round from, but we won 3 out of the 4 rounds quite clearly on my card. Yeah, we lost the last one. It's fine. We let him have the last one. But we won. And, everyone... And the amount of fights I keep getting offered for Robbie Connor is ridiculous at this point. I mean, the issue is he can't get him off work at the minute. But in the new year, he's definitely going to be active and busy, and he'll be fighting. And it wouldn't surprise me if he ends up as an opponent on a TV show, because we're ready to fight anyone from 12 stone 8 right the way up to 14 stone 4. We will fight anyone, any man, any Anybody?
Any man, anywhere, anytime.
Yeah, with maybe the exception of Jael Patai. I don't really fancy that one. Don't fancy that job.
Jai gets your
Jael
payday.
Patai and Grannis Prowse excluded. However, anybody else?
Yeah. Well, I would like to say firstly,
we'll not have
congratulations to your fighter, and congratulations to you for signing a new fighter.
Yeah.
But that's us this week. Dan, thanks for coming on. I know
No, thanks for having me.
but you did brilliant, mate. You're definitely more than welcome to come on in the future. Next week you can come on as well. Obviously, we'll be breaking down this card anyway. So you're more than welcome next week. Jack, you know that invite's always there. You just need to hit me up when you want to come on. CJ, wherever you are in the ether somewhere, thanks for being a brilliant co-host. But yeah, that's it from Crossroads in boxing tonight. I'm about to go eat my Chinese because it's well overdue. I'm starving. So yeah, thanks Dan, thanks Jack, thanks CJ, and we're out, people.
It's another band. All the Muslim cars now, whichever get up. I talk my card with a sweet one, please. Someone flips me a back body. So, it's another one. It's another one, yeah. It's a full strand, yeah. Oh, it's another one. It's another one, yeah.